What up? I'm back. It's June 30th, Thursday. Thursday. Just got through painting one. It's cool, I guess, man. It is what it is. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it is. But whatever, man. It's cool, man. I love art. the every day I just love it more and more. I had to paint today, man. I'm like running out of paint. Like I ain't got hardly crap left, but it's the only thing keeping me sane, man. It's the only thing getting me through right now, really. And it's not anybody's fault but my own. And it is what it is. It is what it is, but today was cool, man, I guess. I don't know. My life is crazy, dude. And it makes zero sense. It makes zero sense, the things that happen to me, the things, it makes zero sense. Like, I don't know what's going on, bro. Like, my life is crazy. You know, and it'd be one thing if I was high or something or drunk. Dude, I haven't had a drink in a minute, and I don't get high, really. Yeah, never, really, like, at all. But, I'm trying to think. Like, when the last time I even tried? I don't even know, bro. But, yeah, and that's what's so weird. It's because, like, dude, I'm sober-minded, and, like, life is just crazy. Like, the synergies and the way things happen, like, it makes zero sense. But at the same time, like, it makes complete sense. Like, it makes complete sense. And it's like, what is it doing? Like, what's going on? It's pushing me to do certain things at certain times and be at certain places. Like, it's so confusing to me, man. You know, and I went to a job real quick for a customer today, and dude, the energy was weird. It was weird. It wasn't weird in the bad way. It was just like, it was different. It was like the person was different today than usual, but not kind of. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just doing what I'm doing, man, and I'm just trying to get through and just make it one day at a time, and just trying to do what I can do and still have a semblance of, as a guy would say, equilibrium, you know, a balance. And maybe my balance looks different than other people's balances because it's hard, like when you got one foot out the door and you didn't even put it out there, it just went out there on its own. Like, half your body is running, man, and it's like, I'm done. And then the other half of your body is like, wait a minute, you can't yet. And I don't know, man. It's super crazy, but I just got through painting one. I'm listening to this song right here. I thought about doing this song a while ago, because this is a fire song. And, dude, it's hilarious. I'm laughing while painting, listening to this song. And I'm just laughing at people. Like, if people do listen to my stuff, when they do, they will. It just makes me laugh because, like, the music I listen to is, like, I know for a fact that everyone listens to just music. Like, it doesn't matter if it's gender specific, because this is not really gender specific. I mean, I guess it is, technically. It's a song about a girl singing. But ultimately, like, whatever, I see that. So, kind of when I started my journey, this is what's weird. I started my journey, like, and I just started to become, infatuated with humans. But I've always had a mad respect for women because, ultimately because of my mother. And, so even though my mom would lie to me, even though my mom would get angry even though there was a lot of faults you could say, or I see a lot of faults in women, as I do in men too, but I don't really care about the men, and but it's just like my whole life, ultimately, I probably put women on a pedestal because since I did not have my birth mother, it was always a fantasy for me, right? So I would just, I understand this completely. This is semi-embarrassing. But I don't really care. Because this is for me. So you would put women on a pedestal, and being that I didn't have my birth mother, you would create this Santa Claus figure, right? And this is what Santa Claus is. This is what the Easter Bunny is. This is what all this crap is. They're just fantasies. To fill a need. Even though that need's never going to be met by those fantasies because it's a freaking fantasy, bro. And then ultimately that fantasy is a lie. You know, and then we push a lie to our kids. But, which makes zero sense to me. It teaches your kid it's okay to lie. And it's not okay to lie. It's not. Even honestly, like, even like a little white lie. What is a white lie? Like, someone told me something about a white lie. I was like, well, I mean, I guess I do sometimes now that I've stepped back into my old self where I'm exaggerating. But it's, I'm being facetious and sarcastic with humans because a lot of times they already know the answer, but they ask a question. See, this is mean Cody coming back. This is the fun Cody coming back. Well, I don't have, if you're going to toss up something that I already think that you know the answer to, like, did I get a haircut? You know, like, hey, obviously I got a haircut. I'm going to be sarcastic or whatever, and you could call that a lie, but it's just me responding to the obvious. But whatever, let's get back to my mom, I think. So I always had a fantasy, I guess. I'm just assuming I'm talking this out now because I never really technically sat or based it in that fantasy of what my mother would be. I never really have, but I'm assuming that subconsciously I had these fantasies in my subconscious that steered me towards things and ultimately put women on a pedestal. Because I would assume that I was saying, you know, if I had that equal part, if I would have had that mother that looked like me growing up, she would have been better than mine, she would have loved me more, It just created fantasies in which they're all lies. It doesn't really matter. It didn't happen that way. It was never going to happen that way. It didn't happen that way. There's no point in dwelling on it. But I'm just talking it through because I need to figure out a lot of stuff. So obviously throughout my life, I would probably always be putting women on a pedestal. I know I did. I would protect them all growing up. I wouldn't let people disrespect them, which they don't need to be disrespected anyway. However, women are just humans. They are the opposite of a man. They cuss, they cheat, they lie, they steal. They're not angels, okay? And I kind of, my whole life, would put women on a pedestal thinking that they were these mystical creatures, and they're anything but mystical. They may use their bodies as weapons of mass destruction, but that's because the way men are wired, it doesn't take much for us to stand that salute, you know what I'm saying? But the issue is the fantasy. You know, and like I said, I didn't know I lived in fantasy land my whole life. I didn't know this. And it's super weird when you wake up, at 35 years old and you're like, holy crap. I created a whole fantasy world, a whole fantasy of the way I perceive things, and it was all a lie. It doesn't mean it wasn't real, because it was real, because I created it, but it was ultimately not true. And so it's like now you try to decipher the stuff, and you just understand that humans are humans, and there's no one over the other over, you know, and that people are just as faulty as you are, and they're just humans, and they're just trying their best at all times. Not really. I mean, I wouldn't say we're all trying our best all the time, because we're not. Because obviously I wasn't trying my best my whole life. But they're just going through life, and they're gonna make mistakes. There's gonna be heartbreak. They're gonna make a wrong decision in your eyes, but the right decision based on theirs. And you just have to be okay with that. And you have to understand that people make their own decisions, and I'm not here to save anyone from that. I'm there to maybe say, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that, or based on the way I'm living, or what I'm doing, or talking, or speaking, or how I'm acting, maybe there's another way. Maybe you don't have to feel like that all the time, but I'm not there to protect you when it's your own injustice that is causing it. But if somebody, your own injustice is causing it, up top of them. So I needed to make sure that was the right decision. Yes, when your own injustice is at fault, I'm not going to protect you. If you dig your own grave, I cannot protect you. But if it was outside your control and there was another party involved in something, then yes. And so, like, back when I was younger, you know, I would always be the save a hoe type of dude, or save women, you know, and all that stuff. And whatever, it always worked out in the end. But I'm not gonna take it back. But looking back at it, like, if the female was the instigator, then, like, you know, why would I even try and protect her? Like, she's the one instigating it. Just because she's a female doesn't mean anything. If she wants to stand up and talk like a man to a man, like, that's her own business. I'm not gonna let any bad stuff happen per se, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, I've never, I felt bad. I remember one time in elementary school, for some reason this girl kicked me in the dick, and she kicked me in the balls, dude, and I punched her so hard in the arm, dude, it left a huge welt, and I felt bad afterwards, but I don't remember what happened. I don't know. I must have done something, I guess. I doubt it. I probably said something. I don't know. But I didn't touch her, nothing. And like, she kicked me in the balls, and I punched the crap out of her in the arm. But I felt bad, and even then, like, I'm not a fan of, like, I know my strength, and even if I look small, like, I'll knock you out. Or I'm gonna hit you 35 times before you can touch me once. But either way, it is what it is. We'll have fun, you know. But it'll be fun for both of us. I just never felt like, I never thought of hitting a female or anything, because it just makes zero sense. Like, strength-wise, genetically, not really strength-wise, and it doesn't mean that girls won't whoop my butt, because they probably can. There's no point in it. There's really no point in fighting at all. There's not. And that gets to my next point, is like, why would you, like, if you go out with your girl and other dudes are hitting on your girl and she's reciprocating, first of all, if other guys are hitting on your girl, what, are you gonna fight over her? She's already your girl. If she's not, then just get rid of her anyways. Like, if she's entertaining other dudes, which is fine, it's not good or bad, but then obviously she's not your girl, so you just let her go do her thing, and then you know. Like, it's very simple. Like, I'm starting to understand, like, Women could do what they want. Like, I'm not in control of them. Who cares? Either you're with me or you're not. And if you're not, well then see ya. Who cares? I'm not wasting my time. I'm not wasting my time on a female who wants to have sex with everyone in the world. That makes zero sense. It's retarded and stupid. And so, like, if you see these girls out here running rampant, that's fine. But they're not your girl. Let them loose. Let them go to the zoo where they belong. And it is what it is, but that's a zoo. And people are going to get pissed off at me like this. But there are good women left. That's what I'm talking about. That's kind of what I'm saying is we're being programmed to go chase pleasure, which is fine. Which is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it per se. There are real repercussions to it. You know, and if you stick in your dick into everything, then whatever, you're rolling the dice, son. Have fun. Because they ain't worth it, I tell you that. You know? But whatever, to each his own, man. But that's what I'm saying, you know, like, whatever, to each his own. But the girls are different nowadays, man. Everyone's cheating on everybody. It makes zero sense. There's no respect. And it's fine. Like, if you go into an open relationship, that's one thing, but I don't know, man. It's just weird to me. You know, like, because when I'm trying to, like, find, you know, maybe in the future find someone that's decent human being, and I'm saying decent in the fact that they're with me and I'm with them, and we don't have to worry about putting ourselves in situations where we fail. And it's possible. You possibly can have control over your organs. It's very possible. It's not a complicated thing. But when you're searching for love outside of you, this is what this creates. This creates a world that we can call a zoo, which is a breeding ground for this and that, and just whatever goes. And that's fine, to each his own, but I don't have to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that, and if you're part of that, I don't want to be a part of you. Like, we could start new, and we could go whatever, talk about things. But it's like, it makes zero sense to me, because I don't need to find love outside of me, per se. Like, whatever. Everything else is extra, but that extra has to be worth the extra, you know? Can't be detrimental to my health. And if people listen to this, they're going to understand. They're the same thing. When you think about it logically, even though I've been living in my feelings, I've been thinking logically too. The only thing that I don't think logically in is, I don't know, my work situation right now. I haven't been thinking super logically because I'm done with it. So it's like, my logic there is done because it's retarded. I hate it. You know, and I don't even hate it. I hate going. When I'm there, it is what it is. It's just regular. Because I've done stuff my whole life just regularly. Like if someone picked me up and took me there, I'll be good to go every day. But I wouldn't want to, but I would go, and that's what I did a lot of my time. Like when I would be plumbing, that's why I wouldn't talk to people because I would be done. I'd be done with the situation, and then I would stay there until I got the balls to walk away. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, just like, it saddens me that people just cheat on everybody nowadays, especially when they're married. But it's just, it is what it is. Everyone's trying to find love. Everyone's trying to find external love outside of themselves, for people to give them attention. And they think that's where they're going to find it, in the physical touch. In which that's some of it, but it's not. That's not going to fill your cup. Like you go draining yours, you know? Like that's not how it works. And then you chase another one tomorrow night, and the next night, and the next night, man. It's retarded. Because then you got a whole world of unfulfilled people. And a breeding ground for disease. And messing your mental up even more and more. And getting attached to people subconsciously because of the genetics, because of the science, because of the chemicals, because of the dopamine burst, because of everything. And then you get abandoned over and over and over again. And then you feel empty. Like, it's hilarious. Like, we are self-creating our own hell for 15 minutes of fun. For 30 minutes of fun. For an hour of fun. For a night of fun. We all do it. You know, that's why, like, you bond for people, like, you want to bond with them as long as possible, because the opposite of once you bond, it sucks. You know? And it sucks on both parts, even if they act tough and it doesn't bother them. But life is cool, man. I don't know what my painting is, bro. My painting is crazy. I have two interpretations of it. One of it, it looks like someone swimming and whatever. Ready to swim is what I called it. Another one looks like someone possibly getting knocked out or punched. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just paint. I just do it. I am the vessel. Whatever happens, happens. I love doing it because it helps me. It recharges me. It is probably my escape right now. It helps me channel stuff out. And I don't know, dude. I just love it so much. Like, it's something that, like, I wasn't gonna paint yesterday thinking that today I was gonna paint. I mean, like, when I got through painting yesterday, I was like, I'm not gonna paint today. Because I don't, my paint's getting low. But then, like, when I got through working today, I was like, dude, I gotta paint. I got to. It's the only thing that's gonna push me through the night. And, even though that's false, it's just, I have to do it. Like, it's fun for me. It's my fun time. It's my everything time right now, like, other than this talk, like, but I like to do both. I like both worlds, like, for me right now. Because talking, man, I don't get how I didn't talk that much my whole life. And now, even though I'm not talking to humans, I haven't for the last week or whatever, that much, a week and a half, 2 weeks, this is it for me. This is part of my life. This is part of me. Just opening up and speaking to myself, spending time with myself, and just giving myself time. I cannot explain or stress enough how much this has changed me. How much this has changed me. And it's kind of a combination of things. I mean, yes, I'm recording it, and I know I'm going to be able to listen to it again. That's exciting for me. That's fun. But I'm thinking, like, lately I've been trying to talk to myself just without the recorder too. And because at one point in time I was talking to myself without the recorder, but now this is just multifaceted for me, and it gives me something to think about tomorrow. Like, I'm going to be listening to myself all day tomorrow, and that's going to help me because I'm giving myself time even when I'm doing something that I particularly don't enjoy. And it's not that I don't enjoy it, it's blank, like a steady note. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Just a level road of emotions, like non-existent, just existing in the time, just being and doing what I gotta do to get done, and with a level of stress on top of it. And ultimately the stress is just me, and I created the stress myself. I could have solved this issue a long time ago in multiple facets, in multiple ways. I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't. Probably because I'm a little bitch sometimes, and but that's fine, I know. And I understand now from this point on, once I'm done, and I can't sign on to things that ultimately don't make sense. Or if I do make a wrong decision, I need to change that decision as quickly as possible. And you can't get jaded with pretty lights and gold, you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about it more logically and feel it. I gotta use both, not just one. Because logically, this decision was a good decision. Feeling-wise, there was the bad decision. And so, maybe that was a test that I misjudged or failed at the time. The decision I made ultimately, I guess, was right. There's nothing I can do about it now. But understanding that I wasn't in balance when I made this decision, and I was, whatever. It is what it is. It actually kind of threw me off the way it worked. I didn't even think we were going to do it, and then whatever. But lack of communication, I guess. But I don't know, man. 25 when I said that. But life is crazy, man, and it's weird, man. I just hope I can sleep tonight. I woke up this morning, it was weird again. Like every day it's so weird, and I don't know, man. I just know in the future I'll be happy, and more happy than I am. Once that stress level's gone, that cloud of this is over and done with, and I can just breathe for a second and start getting back to what I wanted my life to be, and becoming strong in that, and becoming foundation, like make a new foundation, and have some structure, man. I need it, and whatever, like it'll all work out in the end, whenever that may be. But whatever, man. My heart's weird, bro. But yeah, today was cool, man. It is what it is, and whatever happens tomorrow will happen, and I'll just get through the day, and the next day will be a new day, and so on and so on, and whatever. I guess July 4th is coming up. My mom was sick, and like I said, I was watching her funeral last year that day, and then I went to my mom, to the little thing and whatever, and whatever. But it's weird, man. It's weird how time goes, and it's weird how just things play out, and listen, I told a buddy today I was just over it. Like, dude, I'm just over it. Whatever it is, I'm over it. All of it. Just, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. I'm just trying to figure out, like, I just got to get through this stuff and then reevaluate what I'm going to do. Because it's just like, the only thing that sucks in my life is work. And it doesn't suck per se, it's just like, it's the only thing that I'm struggling to get back to, in a sense of like urgency, or like in a big form that eats up a lot of my time. And it's weird, man. It's super weird. I mean, I guess I just gotta walk into it and do it, and just be strict on it, and then all that will work itself out, and because ultimately what I do is like, it's more than enough money for me, and I honestly don't even have to work that long and that hard, but it's just like, I need that time to grow other stuff. Like, I need to be focusing on other stuff. I need mentors, I guess, or people that's done what I want to do, and just kind of pick their brain and see how I can get to where they're at, like how did they do it, and just to give me like a roadmap, or something, or whatever. Like, obviously, or maybe it's just I got to get this done, and then the floodgates will open and I'll be ready to swim, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know, man. It's been a journey, man. It's been a journey, and it's been fun. Dude, I've been catching myself all day long, and even though like my emotions have been, I don't know, more on the negative side or downside, but but I've just been laughing all day, or I'm grinning all day. I don't get it. Or I'm just laughing out of nowhere, like, because it's not that bad. It is what it is. It's just regular. And, but yet I'm still encased in happiness. It's like, even if my inside emotion is, like, upset a little bit, ultimately, like, everything else is still, like, happy. And knowing that I'm on the right path, that I have to just battle it. I just have to keep walking. I don't have a choice to turn back and walk away. I have to just keep pushing forward every single day. And one day I'll make it to where I need to be, and it will change everything, and then it will be what it is. And I'll look back in the past and be like, huh, whatever. I don't even remember those days, you know? They were just regular. It's just part of the journey to get to here. And that's what makes it sweet. You know, that's what's going to make it sweet when this happens and then I'm, oh man, worth it. You know? But life is fun. And yeah, there's struggles and there's stuff. And ultimately my life is not bad. Like my job is not bad. It is definitely not difficult. Yes, it's time consuming. Yeah, I only have 2 pair of hands. I can only do so much so fast. But ultimately, it is what it is. And I'll get it, man. I'll get it. Who knows? Who knows, man? Yeah, man, I do love. I don't know. Like I said, I went and did a job real quick, and it was quick and easy, and fixed it, and something I've never really even messed with, but it's whatever. It all works out in the end. Like, that's what's so crazy. It's like no matter what I touch, I can deal with it. And it's so weird to think, like, there's never been something. I mean, I guess, like, maybe some AC work and stuff that I don't even want to touch, but I can figure it out if I had the right tools. Like, but I mean, stuff like, you know, whatever. It's like, majority of stuff is like, yes, I can do it. I can fix it. Whatever it is. Even if I've never touched that thing before, or it's whatever. It's easy. It's so weird. That's the only thing about me leaving the field that I'm in. But it's like, time equals this. And it's like, I don't want to be doing this anymore, man. I want to be somebody else's roadmap to figure out how to become happy and how to fill their own cup. And that's what I want to do. And like I said, I would do that. But I got to figure out this money thing. I don't get it. I don't get how I can, you know, I don't get it. I don't know how I can freely give my time and then still live. I don't see how I can freely give my time and then have a better life for myself and then have enough to give my family and to be secure in that and to give my kids stuff that I never had and to go on vacations and to do this stuff that I would love to experience with them in the future, and then have a wife that would come in and I could have enough to, you know, let her feel secure as well, because that's part of it. That's part of the money system, and that's part of the way that we are programmed as humans. You know, is that, you know, to have that financial security in each other and what we do, and so it's weird to me, man, because I gotta figure it out, and because I gotta be making money, and I gotta try and push past what I've made in the past. You know, I can't just be getting by and being okay with that anymore. I need to work more to make more money, to accumulate more money, I guess, so I can, you know, provide or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. I mean, but it is good that, you know, I'm not creating this fantasy anymore and putting people on pedestals like, They're just regular people, man, and they doing hood rat stuff with their friends too, and they're just trying to figure it out like I'm trying to figure it out, and we all make mistakes, and we're just humans, and it is what it is. You know, and I saw something about judging. Someone said something about you gotta judge people, and I'm like, you know, I get it. But the whole point is, what everyone forgets is like, cast the first stone, bro. You cast the first stone. If your life is right, which is, you know, to each his own, but I doubt it. If you're perfect, which is impossible, I know this for a fact, especially these people who are shaming and guilting people all day long in church, and then they're out doing hood rat things with their friends. They're cheating on their wives. You know? They're yelling, abusing their kids verbally, maybe, you know, physically, I don't know, or their wife too, or whatever. They're doing hood rat stuff. Like, you can't judge if you're not right. Like, it makes zero sense. So the point is to love, and the person would judge themselves. And then in doing so, you technically are judging. So like, when I go through life and I go somewhere, man, I've talked to humans this way. Well, I had told them, I do not pick sides. I said, I see both sides. I see both reasons why you've acted the way that you both have. What are you going to do about it? Take responsibility. This is how I choose to do it. You take responsibility. What's the point of me judging you? It doesn't mean I have to be your friend or hang out around you all the time and let you continue to do what you're doing. But what's the point of me shaming and guilting you? You're shaming and guilt yourself. That's the point. When you start taking responsibility for your own actions and you start listening to yourself and understand that you did make a mistake, and then you have the pride and ego and you lose it, then you judge yourself. This is not a game of me running around shaming, guilting people. That does nothing. That changes zero. If that worked, this world would be fine. Especially with all these churches making millions of dollars. They got the surplus to change the world, but they're not changing a thing. So you tell me, should I judge? I give everyone a fair chance to change it themselves. It's not me to come running around, you know, locking people up. I'm not the law. You know? I'm not in your hell with you. I'm in my own. Mine's pretty much heaven, other than work. And I'm trying to cut that off. I'm trying to understand that part. But it's like, yeah, man, I don't judge you, because what's the point? I've sinned just as much as anyone else. I've made mistakes like everyone else has. I may look at you and be like, you know, probably the first step is to figure out what you want. That makes sense to me. What do you want? Do you want to continue to feel upset? Do you want to continue doing what you're doing? Or you want to change it? Okay, well then do what you got to do. You take responsibility for your actions because you did it. You can't change it now. There's no part about pity pouting about it. Whatever you did, you thought was right at the time. The repercussions are real. You have to deal with those now. You got to take responsibility for what you've done and then forgive yourself for it and then not do it again. Or do it again. But then if that's the case, then you never saw anything wrong with it in the first place. And then you're just living the world that you created. You're living in the hell that you created with constant repercussions, whether they're good or bad, depending on the act. That's what free will is. You have to deal with the repercussions that you created. I have to deal with the repercussions that I've created. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out how. It's weird. But I created it. Any problems in my life is from me, not no one else. It's funny. It's funny. You can't blame it on nobody but yourself. I should have done this, I should have done that. It doesn't matter. You should have, could have, would have. Doesn't change anything. Take responsibility and just change it. That's what I'm trying to do. I gotta finish something up so I can change it. So I guess probably a lot of these emotions are mine. Mostly because it's battling myself and understanding that I made a mistake, and then I gotta dwell on that mistake every day until I'm done. And technically, yes, it was a mistake. I picked that choice, and it is what it is. That's perfect. But the repercussions is that mistake. And I gotta deal with those repercussions. Because I didn't use logic and my feelings. I only used logic. But I forgot how it felt. And money sometimes doesn't. Money is not worth it. Money is not everything. Money is pointless. And that definitely didn't help this out, the situation out either. Now I deem it so stupid, even though I need it now and I know, but it's just, I gotta get it a different way. Something that doesn't make me feel like crap inside. Something that I don't dread going to do. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird, man. But it's all getting better. I'm getting closer and closer, and I'm figuring stuff out. And it's like, I'm just categorizing things in my head and just, is this something I want to continue to do or not, or what? Or how am I going to do the next thing I do? Because it will float me if I do it. Plus, it's right down the road, which is whatever. Like I said, and if I just become strict on it, it will work out. I'll just have to hold my breath for a couple weeks and get it done, and you know, whatever, cash some checks. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see, man. And it'll be different if I, do this one a little different, make money different. A lot of things I think I can implement it where I can make it look feasible for me, and make it to where it's more like a real job, and make it feel better when I do it this time, and make it just better in general, like whatever. Well, I think I can do it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just glad I painted. I don't know why I jumped so much, but it's so crazy. Like when I start talking, I forget what's in my ear, and until I kind of stop and think about it. Women are banging, dude. Women are cool, and they're fun, and that's what I said. I have a view of a single mother, and it's ultimately tainted a lot of things, and I think it ultimately taints a lot of males and females growing up, because the divorce rate's so high, and then single mothers are, taking care of all these kids in the world, and it doesn't mean that men don't. It's just the system is broken. The system is broken, and men get the raw end of the deal here. But that's because the system is broken. The way the world has been mapped out, it's all just a big game, and it ultimately just leaves a lot of broken men too. But it doesn't mean that they weren't at fault. It doesn't mean the females weren't at fault either. But there's got to be a better way, because it's like the kids are the ones who get the raw end of the deal. And I look at divorce, and I know growing up through it, it's like it affected all of us kids differently. We all reacted differently. And you can look at your life. I can look at my brothers and sisters' life and see what life they have now and base it on that divorce. And I can watch it and see it, all of us, and how we all reacted and how our lives came out. And then how the relationships went now, or are going now, or how their life is going now, it's based on a lot of stuff, you know. And then, like I said, the kids get that repercussion, and it sucks, man. And then until you can take time and slow down and correct what happened to you as a child, you can never grow past it. So you're going to be stuck in that survival mode. You're going to be stuck in that child brain. Even though you think you're an adult, you're not. You were stuck at that brokenness. You were stuck at that broken bridge. And you never jumped over it. You never made it over that bridge because it was broken then. It broke right in front of your eyes. And you're like, you know what, I'm just going to sit here. So part of your brain's still that child. And I see this in adults all the time. And it doesn't mean that being a child is not good or bad. It's just the logic and the feelings are different there. Because you're supposed to go through life and you're supposed to gain experiences and you're supposed to grow hand in hand with that child. You're supposed to keep the concepts and the ideas of a child, but you can also reshape them and grow them and compound on top of them. And then step into a man or a woman and understand the stuff that the little kid was incapable of understanding to live in the world that we live in. Because you cannot live with the ideas of a kid in the world that they created. Now it should be the opposite. You should be able to live in a world that the kids created. That's what we should be doing. But instead, we live in a world that men have created, that adults have created, which has to do with control, pride and ego, wanting everything, being greedy as hell, chasing after their own desires, not understanding sharing and caring, not understanding that we are all equal. Kids don't see color until they're taught color. And even if they do see color, they just say, why is he that color? And then we tell them some stupid thing and cause the kid to be racist. And he's not even racist because he's still innocent. He knows no better. He just acts the way that he's taught. The little kid knows that Johnny and Timmy are the same as him. They're equal. They either like them or they don't. Like, who knows? Either they're friendly or they're not. Either they want to play with them or they don't. Little Susie's got cooties. Or Susie doesn't have cooties. Either way, like, you're a little kid. It's just innocent fun. But then as we grow through adults, we're so tainted and messed up, and then we start chasing after, selfish acts, which is fine, but we take it to the extreme. Like, so the whole world's living extreme. We don't have no balance. We have no equilibrium, So, I mean, I don't know what to do, what to say. I'm just trying to keep living life. Just keep going through. But this song is called Pretty Girls, so I don't know, man. I don't know why it's talking about women, because I love and respect women. I think they're cool, I think they're strong, plus I'm attracted to them, and that puts a whole different demographic on everything. Which is weird. But it's weird because it makes me, I don't know, but then again, like, I'm tainted because of what my dad did, and then not even whatever, a biological father or whatever. So, like, because people always talk about They never really talk about men having daddy issues, but we do. Father issues. I don't like the daddy thing. That's weird. But we all do. We all have father issues, like when he wasn't there. You know? And so it's like whatever. But to me it's just like I don't know, like it is what it is. I was thinking today because a dude told me something about some sperm bank guy who like had 100 kids, whatever, and so all those kids, I guess they made a TV show out about it. I don't know, man. I don't watch it, but what he was saying was he's like he doesn't understand how 40-year-old people were getting pissed off and breaking down when they found out that the person that raised them wasn't their father. And he was getting all tore up about it. And I was like, dude, you're never going to understand. Because it didn't happen to you. But I could see where, like, if someone raised you, it doesn't mean that human didn't raise you. But it doesn't mean that your whole life wasn't a lie, or you don't think it was a lie. And then the father also, you know, he's probably going to be tore up about it. Thinking that, you know, whatever. I don't know. To me, whatever. It's weird. This is weird. It's just weird how people can be upset about other people's lives, which gets to my next point. It's like, why do you care what other people's lives is like? Like, why do you focus on that? It's so hilarious. And then why do you get worked up and about it? Which I guess I do too sometimes. But that's what I'm saying. Ultimately, I just don't care. Do what you want to do. Just leave me alone. But if I'm looking for a mate, I want a mate. I don't want someone that we go downtown and she's flirting with other dudes and ends up going home with them. And she was never mine anyway. So it's like, what's the point? I don't need to be with you. You know? But I'm not going to fight over you. That's retarded. If that's what you want to do, you're a grown woman. And that's what's crazy is like, you're not... That's supposed, you know, you're supposed to be a partner, a team, like together. You're not one over the other. If the other one chooses to go out and do whatever, that's them. That's not you. Like, it is what it is. You don't. She's not your animal. She's not your property, and he's not your property. You guys, it's extra, which is a treat, which is a joy, which is an honor, which is extra, something on top of. You're already complete, and then it's extra. Like, I don't need any of that other stuff in you. I want it. But that just puts a different outlook on the relationship itself. That's the point. It sets new parameters on something. Well, the old parameters are bad. They don't work. Obviously, if everyone's getting divorced, then obviously the old parameters don't work. Something's got to change. And that change is filling your own cup first. Giving yourself time every day. Not becoming codependent on somebody else, but being independent on your own. And then co-creating together. You know, that's what I want. Like, I mean, I want someone who's independent on their own. Someone who's, yeah, maybe we can work together and do other stuff and have plenty of time together, but ultimately we're doing our own stuff. She's got her own goals. She's got her own hobbies. I have my own goals. I have my own hobbies. And maybe one of our hobbies joins and we can do stuff together. But the point is, the codependency is very bad. You're dependent on one other person for your happiness. You're dependent on one other person for all your needs. Like, that makes zero sense. Because then your cup's not full. And then one of you has to steal from the other person's cup. And then neither one of your cups is going to be full. Then you smother each other, and then whatever, and then this and that, and then you try and change each other, and all this other stuff, and it just doesn't work out. You just have zero expectations other than the expectations you agreed upon. I don't know, man. It's fun. It's cool, man, because I didn't even think this. I don't know where this talk's come from. I don't understand why I talk the way I talk. I don't understand where this information comes from. I didn't talk to nobody today about females. I didn't talk to nobody today about love. I didn't talk to anybody about relationships and none of that stuff. That's what's so crazy. It just makes zero sense. That's what I'm saying. It's like I channel the music and emotions and the concept and the ideas behind it, and then I talk about whatever it is. It's so weird. But whatever, man. I'm ready for the future. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about a lot of things. I'm excited about the experiences, man. I'm excited about getting this job behind me so I can kind of look forward. So I can start walking into something. If I want to go take a chance on someone, I will. If I want to go experience something with somebody new, I can. I don't have to worry about this overlooming cloud of what I've created. And I'll be able to breathe for a second. And that's kind of the whole thing is like, you know, yesterday was New Day talk, and then so today I've listened to all this stuff, and it's a new day. And I'm understanding that every day is a new day, but specifically yesterday was a newer day for me. And that I'm walking into something new today. And I'm getting closer and closer to where I need to be. I'm getting closer and closer to this, to that, to her. To my future. To my max potential. And it's cool, man. And then art is just helping me push along. It's helping keeping me sane. It's helping me let go of some stuff. And then these talks are just helping me as well. These things are grounding me to the earth here. These things are keeping me going. These things right now are my purpose. And everything else is just extra. And some stuff that's extra I don't want. But I'm kind of just stuck into it right now. And it's so weird because a lot of times I just feel like a little bitch. But it's like I don't know. I just gotta get through it. And that's what I'm saying. It is what it is. But maybe my circumstances are a little different. I don't know. I don't have a clue. The only thing is, like, it'd be one thing if I was just dealing with the fact that my mom passed away. But it's not. I'm dealing with, like, this is why it's so weird. It's because I'm dealing with my whole life in a year and a half. I'm facing all of it, reevaluating every square inch of it, touching every square inch of it. Every job that I do, I touch every square inch of it. That is tiring. But that's how I do things. That's how I've always done things. I have to physically be the one to touch it all. Because at least if I touch it all, I know it's okay. Because nobody else is me. But whatever, that's besides the point. So like but that's why it's so overwhelming a lot of the times, because it's like no matter what, I'm still working on this, I'm still trying to figure this in my head, I'm still trying to figure out that, still battling old concepts, still battling old ideas, and it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating to say the least. You know, and what's even more frustrating is knowing that you're better than what you live in now. You're better than the circumstances that you're in. But you're just trying to make it through these circumstances so you can get to that better. And you understand that this set of circumstances is only going to be for a little bit longer. You just don't know how long it's going to be because it sucks so bad in the circumstances that you're in. But you have hope. and you know it is what it is, and you know it's going to work out in the end. You're just trying to make it to the end. And you just have faith that everything is working out in your favor, and that you constantly keep doing what you're supposed to be doing to make it to that point, and not, understand that you are going to have setbacks, but those setbacks are ultimately because of you. But then you got to just keep walking forward. Like when you're jumping over the hurdle, yeah, you may trip over this one, but you get set back a second, you just got to get back up and keep going. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, your pride's hurt. Yeah, your ego's hurt. Yeah, you could be losing a little blood. You scraped up a little bit. You got a little bit of pain. But you constantly got to just keep working forward, because when you get to the end, it'll be worth it. When you step into that happiness, that complete peace, that complete joy, when your money is right, it'll be worth it. When you're working for yourself and you're building your own company that you've wanted to build, that you feel good about going to work every day, worth it. You're not having to worry about money anymore, it'll be worth it. And in the totality of everything, this is not very long that you've been in this little fog, this little trench, this little divot, this little brown spot, whatever, whatever you want to call it. It's not been that long. It just felt like it because it was a lot. You broke a skyscraper, and now you're digging through the rubble, and you're trying to get to that vault to get the rest of the information so you can figure out how to get to where you need to be. But you're tired because you're doing it all alone, which you have to. People could help you, I guess. I don't know. But you got to deal with the stuff on your own, inside your own brain. You're in the cocoon right now and you're growing still. You're still growing. Someone comes and helps you now, it's going to stunt your growth. And you may never ever succeed. Because your wings may not be fully grown yet, and then they will never grow outside of that cocoon. So I don't know. I have no idea, man. But I do know these talks are for me, man. And whatever's meant to be comes out, man, because it helps me the next day. And then I give myself time. And I listen and I listen and I listen. And then I come home, and that's what's so crazy, is being that I program myself with all this information throughout the day. Then when I come home, and then when I do my talks, I hardly talk about the things that I talked about yesterday. It's all new information. It makes zero sense. Because, I think about other humans, and they go watch 10 seasons of something on TV, and then all they want to do is talk about it the next day, right? Or every Sunday a show comes on and they want to talk about it Monday morning at the water cooler. But that's the opposite of what I do. It makes zero sense. I don't talk about what I talked about yesterday. Maybe in a small increment or just a correlation or something. But the whole talk is a new talk about new subject matter, about new things that I'm dealing with. It makes zero sense. And I didn't even have time to think about those things throughout the day because I was covering up whatever emotions that I had with information from the day before. And so then when I get here and talk, it's a new talk about stuff that I haven't even thought about until now. Until it's happening in the moment. I'm just being. And these things come out of my mouth and I don't even know where they're coming from. I've not even thought about it. Because I'm not just a pretty girl. I like this song though, dude. Actually, like I thought about doing this song, and then I heard something yesterday, I think, or today, and it just triggered me as like today is the day I'm gonna do this song. I don't know why. But I have a huge respect for single parents, for single mothers, and a lot of it. You know what's crazy? What's crazy is understanding. And it's almost like a love-hate type of thing. It sucks because I was raised in it, and I saw my mom, and she had to be everything, right? She had to be the go-getter, the money-maker, and all this stuff. And then you feel, then I got neglected as far as the love, nature, and nurture part. And maybe a lot of that was because I was standoffish or denied it or whatever, or it was just different. Me and my mom's relationship was different. I'm not even gonna look into that. But now I have a thought on it, but it's weird. But whatever, so like, you know, you have what you see, what your environment is kind of what your, how you think when you grow up. But ultimately I feel bad for that time. Because I can't fully, well, I would love, like that's why a stay-at-home mom is a goal anyone should have, because they can stay home and love and nurture, which is what feminine traits are supposed to be. Nature, nurture. Which is fine for women to go work out and get big as crap, you know, go work out, do muscle stuff, whatever you want to call it. But they still need to have that feminine side to them, because they are feminine. They're supposed to be. They don't have to be. It's not good or bad, I guess, but they're supposed to have both. They're supposed to be able to rock into both. Feminine traits and masculine traits if they have to be. And then that's what happens to single moms, is they have to shift into more masculine traits because they have to become everything. And the world puts restrictions where you have to have this everything. You have to have this money, so they have to go get it and do all that stuff. And so they have to focus more time on that, and then they lose the nature and nurture as much as they can. They're not there enough. And then they don't have time to work on themselves mentally and stuff like that. But and it's the same with men. Well, men, they should be in the masculine the majority of the time. The go-getters, the action-oriented males, assertiveness. And then when they come home, they should transfer back into the more nature-nurture side when they need to with their kids and stuff. Like, that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fluid in the movements of how we rock back and forth depending on what we need to do in this world, the way the world's set up. Because if you're stuck in one, that's bad. If you're stuck in the other, it's bad. It's the blend. It's the blend. It's 1 + 1 is 3. And then you got 3 and 3 equals 6, and then 9. That's the 3, 6, and 9. 1 + 1, blend, 3. Then you have 2 counterparts at 3, which means 6. And then together, it equals 9. Yep, it's perfection. But that's what it's supposed to be. That's the union that's supposed to happen. And if that was the case, then everything would be perfect. Because it would be right past infinity, which is 8, which is infinite. So you have to pass infinite to get to 9. 3, 3, 6, 9. But you gotta get past 8. But when you're 6, He goes straight to 8 and then 9. But whatever. It's but that's what the union's for. That's that's how it's supposed to work. That's crazy, but yeah, who knows, man? I don't know what I'm talking about, bro. But to me, in my head, it makes sense. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a good day. We'll just figure stuff out. Whatever, man. Just trying to make it. Just trying to make it through. One day closer, one day at a time. Check a little bit off my list every day, and it'll all work out in the end. It'll all work out in the end. But I don't know. We'll see, man. I'm happy. I'm excited. These talks help me so much. They help me deal with my emotions, and they help me dump stuff that I don't even know that's in my head, because I'm blank the majority of the day. Like, sometimes I think about stuff, but then it's gone, and I just let it go, and I don't think about it too much, and I just keep going, man. It's 10 o'clock. I need to go to sleep. And whatever, man. I'm done. Mahalo. Love y'all. Peace.
I'm not just a pretty girl.